welcome to the Design Hackers Guild. And it's Mark once again with a pet peeve. And I just did a live on my own page with regard to this particular problem, and it is the sin of pride as it applies to entrepreneurs. So, um, you might have seen recently I posted a video inviting people to a workshop regarding how to get very specific about your ideal customer and how to identify your ideal customer and write it down. And what was interesting about that is that, and I'm going to use this as an example, but there is a reason that Michael Ellis has said that the 95% of entrepreneurs fail to make money online, and there's a reason for that. And the reason for that is manyfold, and it does expand a bit. But one of those reasons is pride, and um, absolute pride. And I know this because I see it fill up my DMs. And I'll be honest, I have committed the same sin. I filled up other people's DMs. I'm not innocent here. So I'm not trying to be the holier than thou when I'm calling out this sin, and I am a miserable sinner amongst you all. But 95% of you do not admit that you don't know who your ideal customer is. You don't know who you should be selling to and who is going to buy from you, and you won't admit it. The reason I know this is because I posted my video to about uh, people who are in the organic marketing area who are trying to create sales and lead generation, that they don't know who their ideal buyer or ideal customer is. So my offer is, and it stands with this video as well, I am going to do a workshop. I'm looking for 5 to 10 people to join me and admit they are prideful, admit they don't know who their ideal customer is, and I'll tell you, I'll teach you that you do know, it's in the back of your head, and you need to get it out on paper, and I will show you how to do it in such a way. And I'm only charging $27 per person. Actually, I'm charging €27 per person. God knows what that is in dollars, probably hundreds of dollars. I'm kidding. Um, I don't know, what is it, 30, $40? I don't know. Anyway, for €27 per person for 5 to 10 people. It is a beta program, granted, but I want to take you through and take that idea of who you know who your customer is out of your head. Get your ego out of the way and get it on paper. And the reason I do this is because I have experience in the IT industry. That if you don't do this, 80% of your new product offers are going to go splat. And this is why 95% of you are, all you do is you annoy your prospects, you annoy people like me, I annoy people probably like you, when we just spit and just spray our DMs to people, not knowing who they are and not knowing why we're even reaching out to them, just because they might have fallen in some particular niche. They're an age group, they're a member of a particular group. We just pick on them, and it's like hunting it's like throwing dynamite at a fish, or I don't know, but it's totally unpleasant. It's not smart. It's absolutely stupid, and it is one of the key reasons why entrepreneurs fail in online marketing and online sales and making money online. So if you want to make money online, you must admit the sin of pride. And you must admit that you don't know who your ideal customer is. And don't be afraid to admit that, because if you admit this sin, as have done time and time again, I haven't come. This wasn't easy for me to figure out. I have actually figured out that my ideal buyer is someone who doesn't know who their ideal buyer is and is flittering in the wind. There's there's no point. You're going to spend thousands of dollars. This sin of pride is going to cost you thousands of dollars. You'll get married to the spirit of the age of marketing terms, niche, done for you, passive income, the works, whatever's out there. You get married to all that stuff, and you'll be left in tied and knots without any money, and you'll quit the business. You're absolutely cutting your own throats with your pride. So admit the sin of not knowing who your ideal buyer is. And I will tell you, you actually do, but you're too caught up in what you're selling to figure out, to tell yourself to shut up and actually take a look at who your ideal buyer is. So with this workshop with me, which we will do over an hour and a half, plus a couple of calls, I'm going to help you. And I've charged thousands of dollars on behalf of my company that I worked for to teach top professionals in the blue chip IT corporate market how to do exactly this. And it has led to successes. I've even used it in my own projects at work where I made my company 24 million off a $56,000 budget. This thing makes sense, and you have, the first thing you have to admit, as I had to admit in that project, I didn't know who my ideal customer was. I will help you figure that out. I will help you create that asset that you need. And I'm looking for 5 to 10 people to jump in with me who will admit they declare their sin, jump in with me and say, I don't know who my ideal buyer is. How do I figure it out? And we'll do that together. And I promise you, it will make sense. I promise you, I'm going to get a lot of things out of your way. And once you confess that sin, do your penance by signing up with me. This sounds terrible. I we're, you'll you'll figure this out. And once you have that picture of who your ideal buyer is, you're going to see a weight lift off yourself. You're going to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You're going to see that how you can provide value rather than thumping any random person who you happen to figure is part of a group with a DM that they do not want to hear, or responding to someone in a conversation with your pitch, which is what happened me today. Instead, you'll have a conversation. You'll figure out who's actually looking for you, who you can help, who's in pain, whose pain you can actually fix. Not perhaps not even the way they want, but what they need. And you'll create value and you will make money online because it's an exchange of value and people will gladly pay you for this and will be delighted that someone is actually speaking their language and addressing what they need to be addressed. And I know I'm speaking to some of you here, and some of you may be too proud. No, 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 no. I know who my customer. I know, of course, I know who my customer is. I've made sales. I've made sales. Are you making as many sales as you want to? Some of you aren't making any sales at all, or maybe you're making one or two sales. Look, I'll put my hand up here. I design websites. I've only had a few customers. Now it's been tough during lockdown, but the reason I figured that out and how I was able to get a few more clients and how I've done that in the past is because I have sat down and written out the way I'll show you, the way I do it, is to who is my ideal buyer. So again, it's an invite. I'm looking for 5 to 10 people to join me. It's 27 euros per person, which is nothing. And it's not going to take a whole lot of time. It's not going to take a whole lot of effort. I'm keeping it as simple as possible. I don't have a sign up page or anything like that. If you DM me to let me know that you're interested, I'll send you a link by Stripe. You pay, and we will jump into it. We'll try and get a group call together if there's 5 to 10 people, so we can all confess our sins together, and we can build up a little group rapport. But I will work with each of you to define your ideal buyer. And once you have that, I promise you a weight will be lifted off your shoulders. It is for me. This is now a passion project of mine. Where I've addressed this before, I am keeping this as simple and easy as possible for you to do, not because I think you're simplistic, but I want to show you how simple it is and how it will help you simplify what you're delivering to your customer when you're delivering value to them and who you are. And you believe me, you will be able to scale your business. You'll get more customers. You'll get more interested people talking to you that you will be able to convert over time much more easily, and you will be able to scale your business much more easily, and it will make sense to you, and you'll stop being overwhelmed and really being obnoxious. Like today, someone was prospecting me to join a particular group, and I basically they reached out to me through LinkedIn, as it happens, and I'm very clear about what I say on LinkedIn as who I am and what I do. I'm doing that so I can attract the right customer, but I'm also doing that so I can attract the right partner as well. I mean, this is also why we want to get clear on our definitions. And yet, people are just blind to this because they're blinded by the sin of pride. They will not admit they don't know what they're doing, and they're just reaching out. And it's not a lot of people's fault, especially people who are in affiliate marketing and MLM, which, as far as I'm concerned, are the same thing. Um, they're just doing what um, their recruiter or whatever told them to do, which is the wrong thing. This is a huge problem, and there's no shame in admitting this. And this is something I am not going to let go of. I'm going to be doing video of this again and again and again, because there are so many entrepreneurs out there, and so many people, even people who are making sales, who are poisonous and making it horrible for the rest of us, because they're poisoning the DMs, they're poisoning the Facebooks, the LinkedIn's. Just look at LinkedIn and how awful it is. Look at Facebook and how awful it is. Look at, nobody is talking to anybody anymore. Nobody's listening to anybody anymore. It's because the environment is toxic, and because of this sin of pride, because we will not admit we don't know who our ideal customer is. You can know, but the first thing you've got to do is admit that you don't know. Once you admit that, then I can work with you for a pittance, and I promise you, you're going to walk away with an asset that is going to be worth millions to you if you utilize it correctly. And I promise you that your business model, the way you do business, the way you're going to talk to customers, and the way you're going to perceive your own business is going to change dramatically, and it will lift a weight off your shoulders. This is a promise. If you do this with me, if you do this workshop with me, but admit it. And again, I refer to Michael Ellis. He's put out a video out there, I think it was on YouTube, that said 95%. Why do 95% of people fail to make money online who are in the online entrepreneurial game? And this is a big part of it. It's not the full gamut, because a lot of it is mindset. But again, I'm going to help you get your mindset clarified around who your ideal buyer is. Just DM me, let me know that you're interested. I'm just looking for 5 to 10 people. And once I put this together, there's going to be a whole load of benefits behind it, because I'm actually going to turn this into a bigger product, because I think there's a bigger market out there for this that's going to help a lot more people. I want to help the first 5 to 10 people that come back to me on a DM. And I promise you, not only will you get this asset, but anything that I build from that, you're going to be getting dibs on it. I'm going to throw it out to you for free. I'm building it around you guys. There'll be benefits. What you're paying me is nothing, and the reason I'm doing this is because I am passionate about this. I am not going to stop talking about this, because I see this. This is a huge problem out there. This is affecting on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, you name it. Everybody who's marketing, I have been as bad as this, are not admitting that they don't know who their customer is, and they're not sitting down and actually figuring that out. and it doesn't take that much effort. But the biggest effort is to admit the problem, admit the sin of pride. I hope this makes sense to people. I hope you get value out of this. I hope people will sign up. Be courageous, admit the sin. I'm a sinner as well. You're going to be with people who are in the same boat as yourself, and we're going to figure this out. And I promise you, you'll be able to take what you come away with, what we do together, and it's going to change your business, and it's going to take a weight off your shoulders. So DM me, let me know. Hope you found this valuable, and thank you for watching. Appreciate your membership of this group. I know people's time is valuable. I know I've been talking over 15 and a half minutes, but it's a passionate topic, and I do wish that people would admit this, because this is a big obstacle to your success. It's one of the biggest obstacles to your success. That sin of pride of not admitting that you don't really know who your ideal customer is. And if you can admit that, you're on the way to solving that problem. So DM me, sign up. It's just going to cost you 27 euros per person. I'll take first 5 to 10. And if there's a bigger interest in it, I'll do something bigger. I'm really looking for people to get on board with me. If you're an early adopter, there's benefits to that as well. But let me know. Okay. I hope this is resonating with you. I hope this comes across well. All right, that's it. Have a good rest of your day. I'm going to get out in the sunshine and actually take a walk and stop hiding in my dark corner here. Hope you got value out of this. Do let me know. And if you disagree, give me comments. Happy to get feedback all the time. Take it easy.